Very simply, we cannot have open migration from any country where we cannot safely and reliably vet and screen those who seek to enter the United States. That is why today I am signing a new executive order placing travel restrictions on countries including Yemen, Somalia, Haiti, Libya, and numerous others.
Let's turn to Dr. Donna Jackson, who's an expert on US politics and history at the University of Chester, joins me now. Well, it's one thing for the President to order it or to sign the decree, but what will happen in the courts, do you imagine, Doctor? Good morning.
Good morning, Nick. Thanks for having me on. I think it will be quite interesting. I think one of the problems with the courts is they are very much been packed by Donald Trump. So very often the rulings are going in his way, regardless of what the Constitution might say. So some of the things Trump has been doing is being upheld by the courts, even though many people are looking at, many experts, many legal scholars, I'm not a legal expert to the same level as some of them, and are saying this, there doesn't seem to be a constitutional basis for this. It's more political. And the latest travel ban is just typical of Trump's behavior and his attitude, I think, to minorities, to people of color, his statement, we don't want them here. Illegal migration is one thing, and I totally accept that, but this is way beyond that, and it is targeting people with no reason other than Trump's decided he doesn't like them, and it's typical of his, he thinks he's a king, he can do what he likes attitude, rather than doing what is in the best interest of the country.
Are you able to determine why the countries that have been selected were selected?
I'm not able to say definitively. I can give you my opinion.
Please, yes, Doctor.
And yeah. I think a lot of it is coming because of the ethnicity. It's targeting people of color. He's chosen these countries because there has been in the past terrorism associated with some of them, but that does not mean that everybody in Eritrea or Somalia is a terrorist, or Libya is a terrorist, just because there have been some instances in the past. This is targeting a whole country for one or two pieces of behavior, and it doesn't mean there shouldn't be screening. I'm not saying that, but it goes beyond that. This is bullying and, in my opinion, vindictive, typical of Trump. I may be slightly incited by this. I went to a Bruce Springsteen concert last night, and he was very outspoken about Trump and the danger that he poses to America. And you know, I totally agree with that. He is dangerous, and this is just another example of his whims and his vindictiveness. Just my opinion. I know many people don't have that opinion, but that is mine.
Bruce, harking back to the glory days gone by, I would imagine. There we go. I love the boss. I envy you that, Doctor. Presumably it was that in Manchester you saw.
Oh gosh, no, we don't get that. It was at Anfield in Liverpool.
In Linfield. Okay. Well, I hope you had a great.
And it was fantastic. Sorry.
Not at all. No, not at all. I'm just reminded, of course, in his first term, he attempted to put a travel ban on Muslim countries. Do you recall that? Can you remember what actually happened with that attempted ban?
It was lifted eventually, but of course, a lot of it was lifted or completely lifted when Joe Biden came in. But there was a travel ban. It was challenged through the courts. The courts were less packed by Trump at that point, so it was harder for him to get what he wanted. But that was anti-Muslim. There have been Muslim terrorists. There have been many non-Muslim terrorists. Yep. But he was using it, I think, as an excuse to target people he does not like.
Okay. Dr. Donna Jackson, she loves her Springsteen. She's an expert on US politics and history at the University of Chester, 743. What about that idea here? It would never happen, of course. Would it have merit? We decided we're not going to allow anybody in from, I don't know, Albania, Afghanistan, wherever you want to go. Can you imagine what would happen here?